Evan Rand here playing Farming Simulator 22, and welcome back to the Upper Mississippi River Valley. Since last episode, finished up one field of soybeans. Oh, look at that. There's a missing spot there. Okay, then nothing to see there. Nothing to see there. Anyway, besides the missing spot there, and there's probably another missing spot or two on the field as well. The entire field has been harvested, and I don't remember. I'm pretty sure we harvested this field before one. I don't remember what the yield was here, but this time around, we ended up with 1,928 bushels of soybeans, 1,928 bushels. Yeah, just a little over half a truck full off of this field, and that was it, Evan. Again, I don't remember what the yield was before, but it sure seems like it was way higher than that. So, anyway, we are going to move on to the next field, Evan, and we got fields 41 and 42 here left yet. I figured I got one combine over by 42, so we're just going to head to field 42 here next. And of course, I'm not going to disconnect that. We're just going to go down the road with this thing on. I mean, why not, right? This is potentially a very, very bad idea. I don't know. We're see what happens here. See if we can make it down the road here or not. So far, looking pretty good here. Now, if we can actually make it down the road without taking out any road signs, that would really be impressive. But I'm not gonna hold my breath on that one. I'm gonna say I take them out accidentally. Sure. Yeah, this one here, everyone is probably not gonna make it. Nope. That one we're just going to mow over and then ride over and absolutely just destroy that one. That's what the county commission gets for putting their signs in my way anyway. Now, if they don't have those signs 50 feet apart, I mean, that's not my fault. That's the county's fault. Right, everyone? Have the county road commission look into that. No idea what happened back there. No idea what keeps destroying the signs. Nope. I know nothing about it. Okay, well, on to the next field, Evan. And if you're just maybe joining us here on this series, Evan, we are getting close to wrapping it up here. Planning on wrapping it up here this week. So once we are done, we got, another 3 episodes after this one, if I'm counting correctly. So 3 more episodes, Evan, and we'll be wrapping this map up. Hopefully going to finish up the soybean harvest here, and then we're going to call it for the map. And next week, Evan, planning on doing a little anniversary series on West Bridge Hills. Again, probably just a really short series, Evan, but come on, it's been 10 years since we played on that map, Evan. And again, maybe not something special on the 10-year part of it, except for the fact that was the map I started doing the Farming Simulator videos on. We started out on West Bridge Hills, so revisiting that map here in Farming Simulator 23. Anyway, for this episode, Evan, back to the harvesting here, running the John Deere X9 1100. We got the HD50F, I think is the model number on this head, if I remember correctly. And you may notice, too, this is the modded version that, actually properly, somewhat properly articulates. Actually, I think they call it articulated, something like that. Both sides of the header will wing down, essentially, allowing it to contour the ground much better. Now, the head, as far as I know, the actual cutter bar itself still doesn't flex, but, hey, we're halfway there, right? I'm halfway. Around the side of the field here. And yes, Evan, I typically do the first headland pass myself here. Just found out using course play, at least on this map, everyone, it seems like it works better if I do the very first pass myself. Once we get past the first pass, then I can usually let course play go. But again, the first pass, I'm just, yeah, tends to have a lot of problems with course play. Sometimes it works good, everyone. Actually, surprisingly on this map, I think it would work fairly good because most of the way around we have a nice wide field boundary. Although this field here, once you get over to the other side, there are some electric poles, which, from what I remember, it caused a lot of problems. So, and as I said before, I would rather enjoy harvesting, one of my more favorite activities in the game here. Now, with that being said, everyone, you might notice here, yeah, we're harvesting, but we also got this, we got this white stuff coming down, unfortunately. Yep. Which, unfortunately, is, according to the game here, absolutely destroying our yield, which I do actually believe. Again, I'm not sure what the loss on that is, Evan, but I'm going to guess here it is somewhat substantial, unfortunately. Now, as bad as that is, everyone, it does get worse. Yeah, believe me, Evan, it gets a whole lot worse. You think the snow here is bad, Evan. Wait till the snow actually starts accumulating and we actually end up with a layer of snow on the ground. And as I've said before, Evan, like, the snow in this game here is absolutely no joke. Like, yeah. I mean, you can get a 9RX stuck in, 2 inches of snow here in this game, unfortunately. Just the way the snow works is, I've discussed that before, Evan. I don't think Giants quite understands the concept of snow. And once we're done with this field too, by the way, then we got field 41 yet here as well. And also, probably planning on doing some live streams, at least maybe one anyway, here this week on this map. I wouldn't actually might do one here tonight. We'll see what's happening. Not sure. Just, again, as a reminder, if you'd like to catch some more Upper Mississippi River Valley content and or some RDAllen live streams, you can find a link to that down below in the description there. Again, that is RDAllen on Teamspeak. Again, RDAllen on Teamspeak. That's if you want to join us. RDAllen on Twitch. I'm sorry. RDAllen on Twitch. Yeah, Teamspeak, Twitch, they're all about the same, right? Okay, let's get some GPS going here. C, Control S. GPS was actually already on. What a surprise, right? Oh, and let's see. I think we're going to want 0 degrees. Auto fit that. Pull that on the combine. Lock it on, and away we go. And just a reminder here, by the way, if you haven't already clicked the subscribe button, don't forget to do so. Always very much appreciated. And, of course, once you are subscribed, make sure you turn on your notifications. That way you get notified of the next, latest, greatest Upper Mississippi River Valley episode going live. And, of course, stay tuned for next week, everyone. We'll be moving on, hopefully, to the Westbridge Hills map. For those of you maybe newer to Farming Simulator, maybe you have not seen that map before. That map was released back in Farming Simulator 2013. We're now obviously on Farming Simulator 2023. But yeah, Farming Simulator 2013, the Titanium DLC is when that map was released. And if I'm not mistaken, everyone, I believe that map was released and it was right around this time of year, probably October, November, December, somewhere. I'm not exactly sure when, everyone. But somewhere probably, again, I'm guessing probably November of 2013, I think. So November of 2013, I believe, is when they released Farming Simulator 2013 Titanium DLC. Not Farming Simulator 2013, but the Titanium DLC for Farming Simulator 2013. For those of you who've been playing Farming Simulator for quite a while, you'll probably recognize kind of what Giants typically does, Evan, is they release the game, and then typically about 1 year later, they release a big DLC for the game. Now, Farming Simulator 23 here has been a little bit, or Farming Simulator 22, I'm sorry. Farming Simulator 22 has been a little bit different here. They released the game. They have now since done 2 big DLCs here for Farming Simulator 22. Obviously, Farming Simulator 2024, well, at least at this point, is not a thing, right, everyone? So, question is Giants going to release a Farming Simulator 2025? they're going to do like another big DLC next year. I'm not sure, but I don't know if they've said as much yet that I know of, but at least at this point, Giants has done 2 big DLCs for this game. So again, they released the game. Last year, they released a big DLC, and then this year, they released a big DLC. Which, at least for myself, I have not played on that map yet. I kind of maybe suggested doing that here for a map, but most of you folks seem to be very much against playing that map, saying it was not a very good map. So, which it's a map by Giants. I'm not the biggest surprise there, maybe, but let's just be thankful, Evan, that there are modders for this game, and that Giants has made it relatively simple to mod for this game. And or at least given us the tools to do so. How about that, right, everyone? Giants has given us the tools to mod here for this game. Because let's face it, without the mods that are available for this game, Evan, I don't think this game would be what it is. And if you just had to rely on the base game equipment, yeah, I don't think most people would probably be playing this game anymore. At least I know for myself, Evan, I probably would not. I mean, you'd play the map, and maybe play the second map. Probably wouldn't play the third map. I don't know. Never know, I guess. You know, and that would probably be it. So, you know, a month or 2 of gameplay, maybe 3, maybe 4 if you're really pushing it, you know, or maybe play a month, come back in a month, maybe something. But, yeah, I don't think you'd be playing this game yet, right? Again, for myself, Evan, I don't think I would be either. And I think some of this comes down to as well, I mean, Farming Simulator, obviously, Evan, is not the only Farming Simulator game out there. There have been numerous other Farming Simulator games. I'm trying to think of Pure Farming, Cattle and Crops, Agricultural Simulator. Oh, and there's been a few others too, of course, Evan. Most of those, I would say, again, most of them not terrible games for the most part. Some of them, even like, I would say Cattle and Crops, for example, a really good game there, if you ask me. Cattle and Crops, at least it was anyway, it was a very solid game. I don't know that have they like ever done like an official release of Cattle and Crops? I mean, it's available, everyone, but is it like an official, be like, okay, this is like a released version, or is it just like a demo version? Yeah, but anyway, a very solid game there, Cattle and Crops, everyone. Like, I've played the game, everyone, and I would say in almost every way, Cattle and Crops beats Farming Simulator. Maybe not graphic-wise anymore, a little bit older game, but at least as far as like the gameplay mechanics went, in every way, I would say that game beat this game, but you didn't have the mod content available for that game, so like you play it, okay, it's good, but there's no mods, or there was like a handful of mods, everyone, and that was it. So play it, like, okay, I'm done, cool, but moving on. But yeah, fortunately, you know, Farming Sim, again, we've got lots and lots of mods, so pretty much anything and everything's available for this game almost, or if it's not for this version. I know, is it Farming Simulator 17 yet? Still see quite a bit of modding activity for Farming Simulator 17 yet, I think it is. There's probably a reason for that, by the way. Farming Simulator 17 to Farming Simulator 19, Evan. 19 is when Giants made some big modding changes, like some really big modding changes. And I don't know if I'd say they made it harder. They made it better, that is for sure. Like, I would say Giants definitely made the modding situation for Farming Sim 19 way better. I don't know if they necessarily made it easier, though. That's kind of debatable, I suppose. So, yeah, like I said, I definitely still see quite a bit of modding activity for Farming Simulator 17 yet. Just, again, maybe some of the older school modders not familiar with some of the newer stuff, probably stuck modding for that game yet, maybe. And we've actually we've mentioned that here before, too. Probably one of the reasons why Farming Sim in 19 was so slow at getting mods. For those who remember that, like Farming Sim in 19, it took us forever before we finally started getting some decent mods, right? Like, it was many, many months, I would say, before we started getting mods. I'm trying to remember what was the name of that map again. We played on the Farming Sim 19 map for quite a while before we finally switched maps. You know, again, another example where I think it took us quite a while to get some decent maps for Farming Simulator 19. But yeah, once the modders got familiar with the game, Evan, became familiar with the new modding techniques, then we started definitely getting some good mods for the game. It took a while, unfortunately, Evan. It took a while. Didn't take quite as long here with Farming Simulator 22 because, again, most of the changes were pretty minimal going from 19 to 22. It was the 17 to 19 that really had the big changes. And if I had to guess, probably the biggest changes. Again, I'm not familiar with modding for some of the older versions of the game, Evan. I really didn't start modding until Farming Simulator 19, at least doing any serious mod anyway, until Farming Simulator 19. But yeah, again, just going from 17 to 19, like I said, I'm presuming probably most of the previous versions of the game had the same type format of mod, everyone. Then yeah, again, in 19, it really changed. And textures had a lot to do with that. Giants really modernized the game, I would say, as far as the graphics are concerned. And then they continue to do so here in Farming Simulator 22 as well. Although with that being said, I mean, this game's definitely still one of the harder games to run when you start incorporating mods and larger maps and more equipment and stuff like that. I mean, again, I just pulled up the frame rate here. You know, we're running 50. I'm down to 30 FPS. Wow, that was interesting. Pushing 60 there almost. We should be able to. Oh yeah, okay, there it is, going higher. And of course, if you notice, all of a sudden we went higher there because I was not pointing towards the farmyard here. Point this way, then yeah, you got the farmyard over there, and the FPS just goes, doesn't like that, right? If the computer was capable of it, we should be pushing upwards of 120 frames here, because that's what my monitor is capable of. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, like I play other games, of course, and most of those games can get up to their frame rate target pretty well. This game, not so much, everyone. Not so much. And we've almost made it around the field here. That almost is probably a little bit depressing, everybody, if you think about that. We made it all the way around the field. Haven't had to stop once. We're not even full yet. Like, I don't think we're even going to be full by the time we get to the end here. It's going to be close, maybe, but I doubt it. I'll have to go get the grain cart. Do I have one? No, I do not have a grain cart over here. Okay, we'll have to go get a grain cart. We got the 8RX. Might grab the 9RX here as well. I mean, I think this field's probably big enough to warrant a 9RX, right? Oh, and of course, maybe I should clarify that. A 9RX with a 2,500 bushel grain cart behind it. So how about that? Only 97% of it. Oh well. Oh, if you think about that, on this combine here, we're up to 500 bushels in it here so far. Not quite 100% full here. 530 some bushels. Yeah, 530 bushels. That means on the last field we harvested, everyone, we only filled this combine up 4 times. Not even 4 times. It's like, wow. Not so good. The rain is kind of or again, the snow here. The game counts the snow as rain, unfortunately, so really destroys our yield. I mean, if you think about it, everyone, the entire last field we harvested could have fit inside this grain cart. With, room to spare, with lots of room to spare. Anyway, got the 9RX. Let's see. This is the 640 9RX 640 with our Brent Avalanche 2596 grain cart here. And this thing, everyone, is a absolute beast. For those who've seen this cart in real life here, yep, holds 2,500 bushels. Can fill 2.5 trucks, basically. That, again, normal trucks haven't hold right around that 1,000 bushel mark. Give or take a little bit. So 2.5 trucks here. just in a grain cart. And of course, I would say, Evan, we got a really good tractor to pull this with here. You know, a nice John Deere 9RX quad track. Got the really wide tracks on the grain cart. Tracks on the tractor, I'm guessing they're probably the 36-inch wide ones, Evan, I think. Just looking at it anyway, I'm going to guess these are 36-inch wide. I mean, just something to think about here, Evan. And every time I look at this, too, like, oh, that doesn't look that big. For those of you who ever go, like, stand next to these in real life, like, oh, my goodness, everyone. Wow. Like, I don't think this game quite grasps the concept of the scale of some of this equipment. You know, again, when this track is 3 feet wide, 36 inches wide, 36 inches. You know, the tracks, you know, if you combine it up, it's 6 foot wide of them between both sides, right? 6 foot of track between both of those. Like, again, 6 foot wide. Now, those tracks are 36, Evan. The tracks back here, and someone might have to help me out. I think was it 42 or 46 or something like that. So, you know, again, I mean, as wide as what these tracks are on the tractor, the ones on the cart are even bigger yet. Just impressive if you ask me. Well, without having to unload them, we're making some surprisingly good progress here on this field here so far. We're only about 20 minutes into the episode, and I mean, made it all the way around the field. Actually, we had to drive to the field. Wow. Goes to show you how much time unloading takes, right? Like, I didn't have to unload at all. I made it all the way around the field, drove to the field. We just came back with the grain cart, and we still, I mean, I don't know, can we make it around the field in another 10 minutes? Probably not, but here's to trying. Let's go. Oh. Moving on. Let's see how far we can make it, everyone. Off camera, by the way, I'm probably going to start up the other combine as well. We'll get a course going for both of these, everyone. Course play set up on loan as well. Bring a few trucks over here. I've got, I think there's one truck over here. There's two. I think that one just has a flatbed on it. So I think there's just one grain trailer over here at the moment. Again, we got a half a trailer sitting at the other field there. Anyway, let's head over to the comments. Everyone, see what you folks had to say here for last episode. Starting off with Mason Farms, he was saying, I would like to see you sell all of your crop to see once how much you make. We will see once. If we can get it that far, maybe we'll do that. One thing to keep in mind, though, and this is probably why this is not going to happen, everyone, in order to sell all my crop, now I could just sell it and see once how much we make. Actually, what we do, what we'll probably do, the time-saving stock check will tell us, and that will probably be better. Because otherwise, if I sell it now, now is not the best time to sell certain crops, even if I wait till January. January's for most of them, but like soybeans, for example, sell the best in I think it's July or June, somewhere in there. You know, so if I sell the soybeans now, then we're losing money hand over fist. Like, we really don't want to sell soybeans in the month of December or January, for that matter. Now, with that being said, I will have them transported down there, ready to sell, but which actually makes the question why I'm not going to sell them. I don't know. That's a good question. But that is a good question. But we'll have them down there, and we'll have them ready to go. Ooh, speaking of which, I should probably double check to see how we're doing on the dry corn. Keeping that transported. Let's check that here real quick a minute. I forgot about that. Dry corn. Oh, we're all okay. Yeah, so we're waiting for it to produce more. Wow, surprisingly good on propane yet. I haven't had to fill that up at all yet, I don't think. RC Wind was saying maybe turn off the snow. I turned it off in my game so I can avoid the headache of potential loss of yield. Great video. question is, if I turn it off, does it actually turn off? Because, like, it looks cool that we're harvesting in the snow, everyone. But, again, the massive yield loss we're taking here, which, again, by the way, I think is rather massive, everyone. I'm pretty sure we're probably losing, like, half our crop here, which I don't know if I agree with that, everyone. It seems a little bit ridiculous to mean that we're losing that much crop in snow. Now, of course, once we actually have snow on the ground, everyone, then, yeah, that gets to be a little bit of a different story when it comes to soybeans. Obviously, soybeans, again, a little bit lower the ground, a lot lower to the ground than, say, some other crops. So, obviously, you're usually harvesting soybeans right on the ground. So, harvesting soybeans, like, with snow on the ground, not really a good thing, right? But if it's just snowing like this, that's not a problem, everyone. In fact, just snowing like this is probably, depending on this type of snow, if it's a wet, heavy one, maybe not so much, but just, regular snowing, light, fluffy stuff, everyone, probably better than raining when it comes to harvesting. Obviously, again, not ideal necessarily, but better than rain. Hetro was asking, also saying, he was saying, good video, thank you very much for that. And do you think having a lot of equipment running on course plate or auto drive on the same field is causing more problems? Oh, undoubtedly. If you have more equipment on the field, usually is more problems. So I probably would be better off one combine and one grain cart on one field. If I want to run two combines, run the other combine on the other field with the other grain cart. That would probably be better. But where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that? With that being said, too, I have had Horseplay do a fabulous job before with two combines and two grain carts. Just fields 27 and 28 there. I don't know what was going on there last couple episodes, Evan, but yeah, Horseplay did not like that field or didn't like something. Maybe it was just having a bad day. But it was definitely having a bad day. Horseplay was having a very bad day. I don't know what was going on. Let's see. I don't think I read this comment yet, but Norton was saying it looks very festive harvesting those beans in the snow. Yes, very festive. Just not good for our yield, unfortunately. Okay, next comment here. Sean was also saying the same thing as, I think it was Mason. Yes, Mason. Sean was saying, please sell your crops you've harvested. Please sell the dried corn and other crops to be sold in January. Those are the real money makers. Ooh, I don't know about that one there, Sean. Maybe it is, because our soybean yield might not be that great. But I mean, yeah, if you look at that, we're sitting at $3 million worth of dry corn at the moment, $2 million worth of wheat. With that being said, we sold $6 million worth of soybeans here this past year, so in the game, of course. Oh, what are we, about halfway around the field, Evan? You folks think we can make it all the way around before the end of the episode? It's going to be real close, Evan. It's going to be really close. Wow. Just goes to show you how much time it takes just to unload a combine. I guess that's one good thing about the lower yield, right? I don't know. That's not really a great lower yield thing, but oh well. Oh yeah, the old windshield wipers just going on the old X9 there. This combine is probably a little much. Everyone like harvesting soybeans like this. John Deere X9, this is probably more, especially the 1100 anyway. The John Deere X9 1100, this is probably more of a corn machine than anything, everyone. Corn is a really high-yielding crop typically, so you have a lot of material coming into the combine where you really need that horsepower to separate all the chaff and the corn. But yeah, just harvesting soybeans like this, everyone. Yeah, probably a little bit overkill here. I mean, who am I kidding? No such thing as overkill, right, everyone? And of course, stay tuned for next episode. We'll fire up both John Deere X9 1100 combines. Well, probably that Horseplay fire them up. Although, come to think of it, if I fire up both combines, Evan, and I run the grain cart, that works good in corn, Evan, where you're having to constantly unload. But for doing this, everyone, I don't know, we might have to run the combine again next episode, Evan, because we're not going to be unloading a whole lot. I might get Horseplay set up, maybe finish up some headlands for us, get started going up and down. And then if I get GPS set up, Evan, we can probably run side by side with Horseplay. I think that's what we'll probably end up doing, because again, my job of running a grain cart here, I don't think we need a grain cart driver. I mean, we will need one, but not very badly. Okay, well, anyway, I've been looking at the time here. It is unfortunately time to wrap it up here at this episode. We didn't quite make it all the way around, but we're close, so we're good halfway around the field here at this point. We'll complete that. Like I said, we'll come back next episode. Probably be doing some more harvesting myself again, Evan, because like I said, grain cart driver, yeah, it's probably not going to be a real good job at the moment. Anyway, thanks for watching, Evan. You folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, Evan, thanks for watching. Until next time.